Hello, welcome back to PlayStation Access. My name's Dave and I'm joined once again by Holly.
Hello.
And we're taking another look at GT Sport. This time we're looking at Scapes, which is the sort of photography mode, I guess, within GT Sport, and is unbelievably in-depth. It's so powerful. I feel a bit crazy saying that because all week we've been talking about GT Sport and how in-depth and amazingly detailed it is, but this is just another example. So first of all, when you're taking a photo in GT Sport in this mode in Scapes, you pick where you would like that to be taken. That was just a look at the gallery of available options. They're split up into all kinds of different,
there's roughly 1,000 different photography spots to pick from. Everything from nature, cities. We just had Roppongi there. Some architecture, there's loads. That's
mad. We've moved into a specific Scape. We've moved into a Mercedes-Benz specific Scape, and this is the Mercedes-Benz Museum, right?
It is indeed. With that horse.
Because this is actually in Brand Central, which we've got another video on, which you should check out. So you can only use Mercedes cars in this, which is fair enough. And first of all, the first thing you do is you place your car, and then there are loads of different car-specific options. So how fast is the car going? I was pleased to see you put it down to 0, a safe 0.
Well, it does come up and say you've crashed.
Yeah.
But yeah, even how much you want the wheels to be turned, if you want the car to look like the key is in the ignition, or if you want high beam on, it's just incredible. The locations themselves, they're each photo has all the light energy information of the scene as data, so it's literally like putting the car into a photograph rather than something that looks incredibly digital.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree this doesn't look in any way like the car has been stuck onto a photograph. That car is in that world. In my opinion, that car is just in there. It's absolutely crazy. We've moved on to the camera part of Scapes now.
You get this bit and I don't. So.
Well, I think I'm not going to go into depth on everything, but there's so much here to play with. This is just the camera part. It's like having a camera. You can play with the aperture, you can play with the shutter speed, you can play with the focus point. Obviously, you can frame the shot as you want. You can pan the camera, zoom it, move around. We're now moving into the effects part, and it's basically it's like a Photoshop. There are layers you might recognize from Photoshop, or there are specific preset effects that you can go in and make your own. You can tweak them. You can layer them one on top of the other. It's incredibly powerful. It's unbelievable, really. I mean, this in a way this could be a game on its own, in my opinion.
Oh, it was for me. When we were there, poor Dave had to do all the really hard work, which was do the VR race and had to do some real racing. And I was like, I'm gonna go play in Scapes. I'm gonna go make something pretty. To me, this was the biggest addiction I could have spent. I did actually. I spent so long playing. I love that glare.
But this is this is sort of the meta game of GT, is that you can upload all these pictures that you've taken to your profile, share them with the world, have people like them, comment on them. I mean, I don't see why some people who maybe have no interest in racing, really, who just have an interest in photography, wouldn't pick this up. As far as I'm concerned, this is pretty much powerful enough to be used in schools and things to teach photography. The way that it's true to life with the respect to the camera, and then to actually post-production stuff it's so good as to be almost unbelievable. I was honestly blown away, and some of the results you're ending up with are nuts. You can even pan the camera, so you can play around with shutter speed and moving the camera whilst you take the picture to end up with some results that are have motion blur and stuff, which we'll be having a look at the moment.
Oh, you did put that one in, because that was my favourite picture.
Why did you go with this sort of frosty ice queen?
With the horse, everything just felt right.
It was with the horse.
It just felt like the right thing to do with the horse.
Yeah, I think you're right. I love that horse. I want to know more about it. What's its story?
Why is it at the Mercedes Museum?
Why?
What's he... What tales does he have to tell?
Is it plastic? Is it taxidermy?
It's taxidermy. It's Mercedes. There's no way that's plastic at Mercedes.
Once you've got your photo, your composition, and all the effects as you like it, you render the photo, obviously, and you end up with something, I think we can all agree, quite spectacular. Thanks in part to that horse, which
that horse brings this gives this picture a new depth, and that is the horse.
But look at that car.
Look at that horse.
That car is in the world, and I just wanted to show you. This is some of the effects that you can end up with panning.
Look at this. That's Shibuya. We were there.
Our car is in Shibuya. You just played around a little bit with the speed of the car, the speed of the panning, and you end up with some things that just, I mean, I don't know how you could say that's not a real picture from a real world event. It's absolutely nuts. Thank you for watching this video on GT Sport, Scapes within GT Sport, which I think we can all agree is probably the most powerful and in-depth photo mode in any game ever. It's absolutely amazing. Please do like this video if you like this video. Comment to let us know what you'll be taking photos of in GT Sport, and stick with us for everything PlayStation.